Iris and her boyfriend Paul are going somewhere as he has prepared something for her. They go to a high-rise restaurant that is on the pre-opening stage, but something is not sitting well with her. They get inside the lift, which is already overcrowded. A kid keeps on playing with a coin and causing a ruckus in the lift. They get inside the restaurant, but the height freaks her out. Paul goes to get some champagne to calm her nerves, but she feels even more sick and wants to puke. She leaves from there. Meanwhile, a butler opens a champagne, which hits a chandelier, a piece of which falls on a glass floor and cracks it. She goes outside, and a woman comes there with her son. She figures that Iris is pregnant, but Iris says that she is scared to tell her boyfriend. The woman says that if he loves her enough, he would be happy about it. Paul comes there and takes her out to the rooftop. He proposes to her, and that's when she breaks the news. But he is elated and says that things couldn't have been better. They get engaged immediately, but the ring barely fits her. The disruptive kid is there again, and he throws a coin. But the coin gets inside the ventilator and gets stuck in a fan. It then shoots toward the cylinder, and gas starts to leak from there. Paul and Iris get back inside and dance their legs off. Everyone starts to jump on the floor, but makes Iris uneasy. Suddenly, the floor breaks, and everyone falls to their death. Paul is hanging from there, and Iris tries to reach for help, but fails to do so. Chaos breaks, and everyone starts to run. The pan falls from the chef's hand, and a woman is set on fire. All of them take the stairs, but before Iris can reach, it breaks and falls off. Everyone tries to get in the elevator, but Iris fails to do so. A man tries to get in, but the elevator slices him in half. Suddenly, the tower starts to tilt, and everyone falls towards the window. Iris somehow manages to save herself. Suddenly, a coin falls on the piano, and it slides to the window and shatters it completely. The kid gets out thinking he is safe, but the piano falls on him. The coin then falls into the water. She suddenly hears the child crying for help. She grabs him and tries to get to safety, but the entire building collapses. She hangs by using her ring, but soon her fingers are cut off and both of them fall from there. Stefani wakes up from her nightmare, screaming. She is humiliated in front of her entire class. She keeps having these nightmares for months, which have started to hamper her life and the people around her as well. She tells her friend that Iris was her grandmother, but she has never met her. Her friend says that she needs to talk to her parents about it. She goes to her home, and her father, Marty, is happy to see her. She immediately starts to look through her cabinet and asks him about her mother's old stuff. He says that he got rid of everything after their mother left them. Her brother Charlie comes there and says that he is going to meet their cousin. She says that she will accompany him. They are on their way, but he is extremely cold towards her. She says that she is failing her classes as she has not slept for months. She's having constant dreams about their grandmother and needs to do something about it. They go to their cousin's house. Charlie shares a great bond with Bobby, Eric, and Julia, but everyone seems to be really distant from her. She goes to see her Aunt Brenda, who really loves her. She says that she needs to talk to her uncle. Howard comes there, and she asks him about his mother. He ignores it and says that he does not want to discuss. She says that she's having nightmares about her in a restaurant, and if she speaks to her, things might get better. He refutes it and says that after his father died, his mother became nuts. She was so erratic that she stopped them from having a normal life and going outside. She came up with every scenario about how they can die and destroy their lives. And once they had kids, they moved on and cut ties with her. He then leaves from there, but Stefani begs Brenda for help. She says that they have her address and gives it to her. She follows the direction and reaches a secluded place that resembles a haunted house. She asked to be let in, but the woman refused. She gives her introduction, and the woman asks her to take everything out of her pocket and put in a box. The gate then opens, and she is asked to get inside slowly. She gets inside the room, and a woman comes out of the dark. She is Iris and immediately recognizes her. But Iris is extremely cautious and makes her sit on a chair. She tells her about her dreams and asks about how she is alive. Iris says that the accident did not happen, and she got a glimpse into the future. When she realized that, she immediately stopped the kid from throwing the coin. She then went inside and asked everyone to move from the floor as it was breaking. Everyone left from there and was saved. After the incident, the restaurant was permanently shut, but death came back a couple of years later and killed everyone who was there, including Paul. But she figured out its pattern and said that she had written in her diary about it. She takes the notebook and moves it, which causes the sunlight to fall on a hanging rope reflecting from the magnifying glasses. She tells Stefani that the universe will tell her when something is about to happen. She then notices the rope and immediately stops it. She says that she can speak to death, but it creeps Stefani out. Stefani says that it's all a mistake and wants to leave. But Iris says that the house is the only place where they are safe and tries to give her the diary. She runs out of the house, and Iris tries to follow, but stops. She figures that she has to do something to save Stefani. She runs out and gives the book to Stefani and asks her to keep the family safe. She then steps back and the air starts to disrupt. A compass falls on a fire extinguisher and it finishes off. They are at her funeral and Stefani apologizes to Howard for not listening to him. At that moment, a truck pulls up and Stefani's mother, Darlene, comes out of it. Stefani is pissed off and storms out of there. Charlie says that they should give her a chance, but she says that Darlene abandoned her when she was young. Charlie snaps and says that she did the same when she went to college, and that's the reason no one in the family is warm towards her. She goes back to her house, but something draws her towards the book. She opens it, but makes her feel extremely uneasy. The rest of the family is preparing for a barbecue. Bobby drops a glass and cleans it up, but a piece falls inside the ice, which he does not notice. Darlene comes there with cookies, but Eric says that it has peanuts, and Bobby is deathly allergic to them. Bobby starts to make drinks for everyone, but accidentally puts the glass piece inside as well. They cheer and start to enjoy the drinks. Stefani is going through the book and finds the coin inside. She flips through the pages and finds that their family can die. She also notices someone called JB who survived death. Suddenly, a frame falls and the glass shatters. The piece of glass raises suspicion in her. Howard sits next to Darlene and offers for her to stay with them, but she rejects it by saying that she has become paranoid like her mother and she will destroy her kid's life. They start to enjoy the trampoline. Howard gets on it, and it starts to rip. Suddenly, Darlene notices that there is a rake under it. She takes it out and keeps it aside. Suddenly, a beer bottle falls and starts the lawnmower automatically. Just then, Stefani reaches there and runs to save them. Bobby falls from the trampoline, which causes the Jenga to fall and drop the glass. Howard accidentally steps on it. The rake falls on the lawnmower and it smashes Howard's head off. After the funeral, Stefani starts to collect various articles and clues so that she can figure out the pattern. She gathers the family and shows them how death took out all the people who were present there that night. Julia says that they were not there that night, so it has nothing to do with them. But Stefani says that death took so long that it is now taking lives from people who are related to them. She also says that Brenda and her father are safe as they are not from the same bloodline, but it will kill them in chronological order. But Brenda has had enough and says that Iris's delusion has now started to bleed onto her as well. Stefani begs and says that Eric is next, but no one believes her and leaves. Darlene tries to comfort her, but she says that she does not need her anymore and leaves from there. Eric is at his tattoo parlor at night with his client. After she leaves, he plays some loud music and starts to draw a tattoo on himself. Suddenly, a chain of reaction happened and a barrel of alcohol fell on the floor. Suddenly, the chain attached to the ceiling fan gets stuck on his nose ring and starts to pull him upwards. He tries to remove it, but fails. He gets up on the chair and a flame falls on the ground and starts a fire. The chain breaks off and he falls on the ground. The alcohol burns down the entire studio. Stefani wakes up Charlie and says that she can't reach out to Eric and they need to find him ASAP. While driving, they discover that the parlor burned down last night, but they are shocked to find Eric alive and thriving. He says that they're just delusional, but just then, a truck passes by him. He keeps on mocking them, saying that it's all bullshit. Julia comes there and joins them as well. A garbage truck comes there, and Eric starts to kiss it to mock Stefani. Julia goes to run as they argue. Suddenly, she falls into the trash bin, and the machine dumps her into the truck. They run towards the truck, and Stefani manages to get on top of it. The guy tries to stop it, but the driver has loud music on and is on his phone. They get in front of the truck and stop it. Stefani gives Julia a hand, but before she can save her, the machine squeezes her to death. Stefani has a breakdown and says that it's her fault as she could not figure out the pattern. But Brenda says that she is in the wrong. She says that Eric was never supposed to die as he is not from their bloodline. She says that he has a different father as he is a product of an affair, but they hid it from him. They leave the room arguing. Bobby figures that he is next and asks Stefani to help him. Charlie says that she saw every hint and they might be able to do something with it. She opens the diary and finds JB's name. Suddenly, Darlene remembers that Iris used to mention someone named JB who used to work at a hospital. They decide to visit him immediately, but Bobby says that he will accompany them as well, as he is not safe even in the house. They slowly approach their car, but Eric comes there at that moment. He says that Bobby is his brother, no matter what, and offers to accompany them as well. While driving, Stefani notices their picture in her car. She blames her for abandoning the family, but Darlene says that she was becoming paranoid, just like her mother, and she would have destroyed their life. So instead, she chose to walk away from their life. They reach the hospital and carefully get inside. They go to the operating theater and meet JB, John Bloodsworth. He immediately recognizes them and says that Iris saved his life. Turns out that he was the little kid that she saved. After that, she tracked him down, and together they cracked Death's code. Bobby asks how they can beat Death. JB says that he either needs to kill someone or be killed and then brought back to life. But he warns them and says that if they mess around with Death, things will get even worse. They beg him for help, but he says that he has had enough and now he will simply wait for Death. Stefani starts to panic and Darlene reassures her. Eric says that Bobby needs to die, but after that, he will bring her back to life, and this is the only way they can defeat Death. They leave from there. They go to the vending machine and try to take a peanut bar for Bobby. They try to take it out, but it gets stuck. He keeps on banging it, but it's of no help. He gets behind and starts to tilt it. It is about to fall on him and the spring breaks, but they manage it on time and retrieve the bar. After that, they get inside an MRI room, and because of a chain of reaction, the machine starts to work. Stefani tries to look for them, but fails. Eric gets a wheelchair and takes it inside the room. He asks Bobby to sit on that and eat the bar, and once he dies, he will take him to the ER and bring him back to life. He starts to eat it, and soon the allergy hits. On the other hand, the machine reaches its extreme and starts. The magnet starts to pull off his rings, and it rips out of his body. The power reaches its max and pulls the wheelchair with Eric in it. It drags the chair inside, and Eric is dismembered completely. Bobby struggles with his life and tries to grab the inhaler. The machine pulls all the hospital utensils, and a nurse is alerted. Bobby gets the inhaler and somehow manages to save himself. The nurse gets inside, but the magnet pulls the spring and kills him. They are baffled about why Eric died, but Stefani says that it happened because they tried to mess with Death. Charlie says that they're not safe anywhere, but that's when Stefani says that they need to go to Iris's cabin and stay there. Charlie says that they can't live like this forever, but Darlene says that she will live there, and as long as she is safe, Death can't reach them. Stefani says that she will accompany them as well as she can foresee things, but they accidentally drop the coin, and after they leave, an old woman picks it up. They reach the cabin, but it's not possible to open the gate. They drive it faster and crash their way in, but Stefani's seatbelt accidentally gets locked. She fails to open it and asks both of them to leave and get inside. They're about to go in, but just then another chain reaction causes an inflammable gas to set fire and blow up the entire place. The RV falls into a water-filled ditch and starts to drown. Charlie is also stuck, and a lamppost is about to fall on him. But just then, Darlene comes there and asks him to save his sister. And immediately, the lamp falls and puts an end to her. He immediately runs to save his sister. He manages to get a knife and tries to cut open the belt, but Stefani struggles to breathe and dies. But Charlie drags her out of the water and brings her back to life. They cry tears of joy as they have finally beaten the curse. It's prom day, and Stefani has gotten Charlie ready for the day. The old lady is also there, who accidentally drops the coin while trying to buy lemonade. It rolls over and gets stuck inside a train track. They meet Charlie's date's father, who happens to be a doctor, but they're left shocked when he says that Stefani was not dead and she just fainted. It immediately horrifies them as they were wrong all along. A train passes by, but suddenly gets derailed and comes towards the road. They try to run for their lives, but they are smashed to death. So, that was the recap for the 2025 film Final Destination Bloodlines. For more recaps like this, stay subscribed to the channel. And if you have liked this video, you may also like this.